Navi Raju, a distinguished innovation consultant from Silicon Valley, posits a transformative perspective. Scarcity is not a hindrance, but a potent catalyst for groundbreaking innovation. He advocates for Vietnam to embrace an R&D paradigm inspired by India's resource-efficient model. This profound insight was shared during the Vietnam Research and Development Forum 2025, an event meticulously organized by AVSE Global on July 30th in Ninh Binh. Mr. Raju is widely recognized as a preeminent authority in the realm of innovation. In 2021, the esteemed Thinkers 50 organization in the United Kingdom acknowledged him as one of the 50 most influential management thinkers globally. His expertise extends to advising hundreds of global corporate leaders on sustainable development strategies. And he is the celebrated author of the book Jugaad Innovation, which has sold over 200,000 copies. He articulates his core philosophy, stating, "I learned very early on that in a world of scarcity, you have to learn to do better with less." He further elaborates on this paradox, asserting, "Yet, it is precisely this scarcity that opens the door to creativity. When you set limits on resources, you no longer have limits on creativity." Drawing from his formative experiences growing up amidst resource constraints in India, and his subsequent observations of Western development models during his tenure in Silicon Valley, Raju firmly believes that resource limitations can profoundly stimulate innovative thought and action. He cites the United States pharmaceutical industry as a compelling example where R&D expenditure has escalated tenfold over 30 years. Yet the return on investment has paradoxically diminished. He emphasizes that means they are investing more and more in developing medicines. But nothing is really creating a major social impact. This observation underscores his argument that substantial R&D investment does not always correlate directly with superior financial or economic performance. The expert further illustrates this point by comparing the annual budget of the Indian Space Research Organization with the amount NASA spends in merely 3 weeks. Despite this vast disparity, India has achieved comparable feats. For instance, India successfully launched its Mangalyaan spacecraft into Mars orbit in 2015 at a cost of $74 million, which was only 1/10 the cost of NASA's Maven mission, priced at $670 million. This stark contrast highlights the potential for extraordinary achievements through frugal innovation. This very challenge of resource constraint and its potential for innovation has resonated within Vietnam. Minister of Science and Technology Nguyen Man Hong previously addressed this during a working session with the Posts and Telecommunications Institute of Technology in late May. He noted that many startups harbor global aspirations but grapple with capital limitations. Drawing inspiration from successful Vietnamese enterprises that have expanded internationally, he advised aspiring projects not to shy away from difficulties, asserting that one of their greatest assets is their hunger. He cautioned, "Too much difficulty can kill many ideas, but too much ease can also lead to burning money. Do not be afraid of the initial difficulties in starting up." This echoes Raju's sentiment about the transformative power of constraint. Raju proposes that the research and development model for the 21st century should be built upon 3 pivotal elements: frugality, agility, and sustainability. He confidently states, "Vietnam can absolutely build such a model. regarding frugality. He suggests that instead of investing heavily in entirely new technologies, a more judicious approach involves leveraging and repurposing existing technologies to generate greater value. He terms this a circular knowledge economy. He provides the example of HeartFight Technologies, a startup originating from Cambridge University in the United Kingdom, which developed a device for early detection of heart failure through swollen ankles. What makes this project remarkable is its innovative reuse of facial recognition AI algorithms to analyze ankle images, thereby significantly reducing healthcare costs. For agility in R&D, he advocates for closer collaboration between academia and industry, even proposing the radical idea of co-locating corporate R&D centers within university campuses. A prime illustration of this is the construction materials company Saint-Gobain, which established its R&D center within the Indian Institute of Technology in 2012. This strategic placement fosters continuous interaction between Saint-Gobain engineers and university researchers, accelerating the transition from fundamental science to commercial application in a swift and cost-effective manner. Finally, concerning sustainability, Raju introduces the Vision A concept of situating R&D laboratories within natural environments. He references the Guam, Brazil Science and Technology Park model, where researchers and 40 companies collaborate to develop products derived from forest resources, transforming them into high-value commodities. He labels this the bioeconomy, a sector projected to reach $10 trillion in the next decade. Raju firmly believes that Vietnam, with its abundant biodiversity, is uniquely positioned to pioneer this model. He poses a critical question. Can it be done cheaper and faster? Better, yes. And I think countries like India and Vietnam can help. He envisions Vietnam becoming a global R&D hub, showcasing to the world how to simplify everything while still fostering innovation. As Vietnam aims to achieve developed nation status by 2045 and India by 2047. Raju sees a historic opportunity for both nations not only to leapfrog in global rankings, but also to blaze a completely new trail for development. This new path, he asserts, will contribute not just to economic growth, but also to greater social and ecological harmony. This could be a historic opportunity for Vietnam not only to leapfrog, but also to replace a new R&D model that will be frugal, agile, and sustainable, Raju emphatically states. At the forum, Nguyen Duc Quang, president of the Association of Vietnamese Scientists and Experts, AVSE Global, underscored the role of innovation in transforming research into tangible products that contribute value to society and businesses, ultimately benefiting the world. He acknowledged Vietnam's challenges, such as the impacts of climate change, but expressed optimism. If Vietnam becomes a powerhouse in technologies addressing climate change, it can make a profound contribution to global development.